who's supposed to like make sure that they're getting to the right places on time, also fired.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh,
you
looks
know.
like they're in.
But we're in. We
We
might
are
be
in,
going.
baby.
Oh, we
Let's
got 6 players on
go.
the field.
There's
All
6 players
right.
on the field. That's beautiful. And we are off. UTD JV versus OSU White. OSU gets the kickoff after Lich and gets back. Wind Turbine goes for the demo and gets Amoeba. I mean, honestly, Skylar, I mean, so far, this game is looking pretty good for UTD JV. Awasigal taking it, trying to get past Ayato. Can't get past that. I have to go for an aerial. Patback blocks him. Patback trying to get over Lich. Gets it to Wind Turbine Fan. I remember his name was Pixar, but I guess it changed.
Yep. So UT Dallas spending a small amount of time on their half of the field here, but they are getting most of the offensive pressure here early, and let's see if they can maintain it as a little bit of a bumble here from Oregon.
Awasigal taking it off the wall, looking for a center pass. Lich is there to meet him, but Wind Turbine Fan I'm gonna call him Wind. I can't see Wind Turbine Fan all this time, but hey, Awasigal gets it to the right, gets it to Wind. Wind's gonna take it off the ceiling, looking for a shot opportunity, but cannot get it as Lich blocks him to the corner, and it gets cleared.
Oregon a bit lucky there with that bomb of a clear because it looked like they were starting to run low on boost. 1 or 2 players in the single digits there, but they are able to collect boost in the midfield here. But a shot on target, not quite, saved by Aya, and it's going to be Oregon here with possession with a counterattack real quick. Not able to score it.
Yeah, Wind Turbine Fan gonna take it up the wall. Awasigal gonna meet that pass. Wind going for the shot, but gets blocked by Lich. Awasigal sending it for the team. Patback in the air, but cannot find Wind. Wind gonna try to center it again, and looks like the Oregon State white team is just waiting for this ball to come to the ground.
Yeah, as long as I think UT Dallas is having a good time holding possession so long as they're kind of moving the ball back and forth laterally across the field. If they start taking too many shots on target, throwing just caution to the wind and just trying anything to see if something sticks, that's when they start to lose possession. Oregon gets counterattacks like this, and UT Dallas is really losing that possession. So as long as they're moving laterally, looking for those passes, it seems that they have a strong shot here in game 1.
Backflip to the wall by Wind. Ayato is going to meet him on the wall and try to go for a pass towards center. Awasigal is going to get a 50-50 and get it to the wall. Patback blocks and gets a bad 50-50. Wind Turbine gets the nice save. A double commit from the UTD side. Let's see if Patback can get a nice pinch. Patback with 0 boost leaves it to Ayato, and it's back on the UTD side.
UTD sketchy on defense. They're rotating really near post here, which means that if the ball rolls next to them or it rolls behind them, then they're like having to back up, make backflips to save the ball here. If they're rotating a little bit wider here, then they might find themselves in a more comfortable position to save the ball here.
All right. Wind gets a nice pass to Patback. He can't get it because he doesn't have enough boost. Lich gonna get it off the wall, looking for a pass mid. Gets blocked by Wind. Amoeba gonna take it in the air, but gets a waste. A waste looking for a person in the middle. Wind almost gets that shot, but Ayato blocks him. And looks like Patback is the only one back here, but he looks like Oregon State can't get that shot. Wind is gonna go for the air reel and goes for the shot, but Ayato is there to block him. A lot of shots going back and forth here, but nothing is connecting on both sides.
Yeah, I think if Oregon were to get shots a bit more on target, they've been hitting the post a lot, or shooting the ball near post where it's easily saved, and I think if they were able to just hit the ball towards the middle of the net, they're catching UTD out here a lot, and it's just a matter of getting shots on target, getting them in the center of the net to really kind of force UTD to make some difficult saves and really pull them out of rotation here. That's what they need to be looking for.
All right, Lich taking it to the wall. Ayato's going to meet it in the air. Patback gets it back, clears it out. Patback looking for a shot, but has 0 boost, so he can't get anything out of it. Wind's going to look for a great save off the backboard, and a waste. And Wind double commit, gets a save to the right. Was looking for a pass towards Wind. Wind's not really ready for it, but gets to Patback. Patback to a waste. A waste gets met by Amoeba. And Ayato going for a shot opportunity, but can't get it on. But looks like
no.
Amoeba gets it in the goal. Wow, that's just, I don't know what to say about that.
Just a bit of a bad read here from Wind and slips by him, rolls back out in the midfield, and Oregon able to capitalize here. 18 seconds left on the clock. UT Dallas is going to have to get a strong kickoff here if they want a chance in game one here.
When taking it over Amoeba, Ayato in a bad position and gets a, wow, okay, Win just gets an open net shot. Looks like Ayato was kind of fumbling with his backflip or half flip and couldn't get back in time. Wow, I mean, that clock and score is great. 1-1-1-1.
Exactly, and we've proven here that teams can score off kickoff. We'll see if UT Dallas can follow it up with another kickoff goal here. 6 seconds left on the clock.
He's looking for a shot, but gets hit by the wall. Patback going for a pass towards mid, but can't really get the distance, and it's overtime.
My word. So UT Dallas kind of capitalizing on their punchy offensive style, but Oregon, if they're able to settle in here on offense and really kind of get, you know, a 30-second or a minute-long drive in UT Dallas's end, then it could really end up going in their favor here.
True. Wind trying to take it to the wall. Ayato gets a pass towards mid. No one is there to receive it. Pat passes to Awais. Awais looking for a shot, but Lich is there to block it. Pat gonna go for a center. And UTD is not there. A lot of offensive, a lot of opportunity for UTD, but it's not being capitalized here.
UT Dallas spent a lot of resources just getting the ball downfield. They had a 1-2 pass just to get into the blue half, which did get them downfield really quickly. But once they've spent all their boosts just moving the ball downfield, you know, there wasn't a whole lot of follow-up for a quick shot on target. They really need to kind of like slow the ball down after that passing play in midfield so that they can recover and continue the play.
All right. Another double commit coming from UCD. Win is going to take it to the corner. Ayato gets a dribble. Looks like he's going for an air dribble, but Awais is there to block him. Pat going for a corner pass. Maybe going for another center, but Amoeba gets it. There, Awais, a shot on net, but Lich is there to block it. Pat back trying to go for a 50, but it gets past him. And it's just a back and forth kind of ping pong game here. You know, Ayato going for a shot, but can't get the right flip reset up move and gets back into the center. It's honestly just... Oh, and what a shot from Pat back!
Oh my word.
What a beautiful shot from Pat back. Win seeing Pat right and gets the greatest angle off of Amoeba. Looks like UTD JV wins the first match of the series 2-1 against Oregon State. What?
And it's like I said earlier, it's the punchy offense from UT Dallas. The ball rolls back into their half. They bomb it downfield. Pat back's there for a redirect straight into the net. And it's that sort of style that UT Dallas is really strong with, or this JV squad is strong with, is really kind of like capitalizing on counterattacks and catching their opponent out of position. And they were able to do that at the end of this overtime.
I mean, looking at the shots from right now, we have, what, 13 shots from UTD and only 6 from Oregon State. That says something, that UTD has a lot of offensive potential. They just need to get these shots on the net, which Pat back secured in that last few seconds. So UTD definitely has the favor in winning this series by looking just at the scoreboard. So hopefully they can close it out in these next few matches.
I mean, UT Dallas with 13 shots, but Oregon with 10 saves in that game. They are getting shots on target, but they're all being saved away. So maybe they need to try looking for bumps, something to clear the goalie out of net, or they could be looking for some more complicated passing plays, one or the other, to really kind of spice up their offense and keep Oregon on their toes. And a quick early one here from Wind. Catching out the Oregon defense. Interesting little play here. Goes right over Aya's head, and he's not able to get back in time for the save here. And UT Dallas up 1-0 early in this game.
All right. Looks like Oregon State wins the kickoff here. Lich is going to try to take it and pass it towards mid. Awais is there to block that pass. Win looking for a pass towards his teammate, but can't get it, and it's just met by Amoeba. Always having a bad pass towards the net, but Pat is there to block the potential threat when missing that shot. And Ayato going for a shot and gets it under Pat. What a fake for Ayato.
Redeeming himself from that save that he missed on the first goal, and he gets a nice little attempted carry here, and it's enough to fake out Pat back on the goal line. And so 1-1, still plenty of time here in this game. I don't think either of these teams have had particularly strong offense at this point. It's just that they're kind of confusing each other or each other's defenses in a way that they're able to get kind of free nets here, get free shots, and they're just kind of rolling in right now.
100%. Win looking for a pass towards center, but it's met by Lich. Pat back going for the shot, but Amoeba is there to block it. He takes it downfield. Win looking for a solo play that gets blocked by Lich. And a lot of these plays are just... Oh, and an Amoeba gets the shot over Pat back. Look at just like an unfortunate backflip. And an unfortunate read by Oasicle there. 2-1 up for OSU White.
Yep, just a difficult read off the backboard there, and it catches out the UT Dallas defense. Again, still plenty of time. We're just a minute into this game here, and a 1-goal lead, not necessarily the most comfortable spot to be in. Obviously better than having a 1-goal deficit like UT Dallas has at the moment, but still a lot of time here as we see Wind bomb the ball down to Owais, looking for a pass down and not able to get it.
Patback gonna get over Amoeba, trying to look a pass for a center, but gets met with a cruel fate of just getting it downfield. And that's what's happening this entire game, is just downfield. Oh, and a great opportunity for UTD. Oh my goodness, Patback with an amazing pass towards the top of that goalpost, or top of that backboard. Beautiful. Not the greatest double commit, but I would say it's a beautiful shot for 2-2. Yeah, you gotta secure it, right.
Yeah. UT Dallas, they won like 3 50s in a row right there. So,
speaking of 50s.
Speaking of 50s.
Caster's curse.
Well, you know.
Looks like Lich getting it over Oase and landing it just at the right sweet spot.
And once again, Oregon up by 1. Now 2 minutes into the game, 5 goals scored. Still plenty of time. And Lich again here.
Very interesting from UTD. I would assume someone would be up, but it looks like I guess the communication wasn't there for the UTD team there. So it's 4-2. I'm guessing UTD is gonna jump back like they always do in this last 3 minutes.
I believe this is the first 2-goal lead held in the series, unless UT Dallas scored the first 2, but I don't think they did. So I think this is the first 2-goal lead of the series here. We'll see how Oregon handles it. But yeah, I think both of these teams are a little cautious in their box, and I think that's allowing each team, when they're on offense, you know, a lot of space to take shots and to move the ball around and to really, you know, make plays. But, you know, what the defenses here really need to be doing is just kind of pushing forward, taking challenges, and trying to cut off as much real estate as possible from the offense.
Right, and great from Patback right there for the 50-50. He saw that all 3 of them were in that corner. Always trying to get for a pass for Patback. Gets it off to the corner. Maybe a shot from UTD. Wins trying to get it over, but cannot get past Ayato. Always looking for a pass towards center. Ayato's going to center it, and maybe he's going to take it out the wall, but Patback is there. Win is going to go for a shot here. Maybe he can get a nice flip reset, but couldn't complete it. Lich is going to take it down the field. Amoeba is going to go for the shot, but it's blocked by Oase. Ayato is going to go for a nice air. Oh, we actually go for a flick instead over Wind. Wind maybe getting that shot, but barely missing it off of Patback's pass. I mean, I can see what UTD is doing here. They're trying to go for plays, but they're just missing it super slightly. So hopefully they get their act together very soon, making sure that they get those slight mistakes down and I can see a nice win for UTD. Away's going to take it to the left side, passing it to Patback. Maybe a passing play coming right here. Patback gets bumped. Away's going for the shot, but it's blocked by Amoeba. Patback going to get it off the corner. Win's going to meet it in the center, but it's a slow shot. Pat is going to... There's so much action right now that I can't... It's a very interesting difference right now from before, where UTD was a little bit more passive, but now they're trying to attack, which is very, very good.
Absolutely. So UT Dallas has been meeting these challenges in the midfield really early, and it's allowed them to have a lot of offensive pressure here for the last 60 seconds or so. Even when the ball goes down to their own end, like it might right here. No, Weiss looks like he's going to get here first, and he does try to follow it. But they're getting a lot of... And Wind is able to score off of that play. Like I was saying, UT Dallas, quick to challenge in midfield. It gives them offensive opportunities like this, and Wind is able to put it away right here.
And what a sneak peek that was. Look at that beautiful... That was the right spot at the right time. 4-3. UTD can definitely come back in these 40 seconds, and Away's gonna go for the save off the... barely a save. UTD kind of scrambling right now, a little bit panicky mode. Trying to get this off the wall. Patback gonna take it to the right corner, but it unfortunately whiffs it over Lich. Patback trying to get over Ayato, but can't do it. Awais and Win double commit, leaving Patback in the net alone. Amoeba getting it over Patback, looking for a center, but it's blocked by Awais. 10 seconds left in the game. Let's see if UTD can clutch this out, getting into overtime.
It does not look great. Aya just carrying the ball across the field here, and it's going to drop. Oregon is going to take game 2 here. And, you know, I think more than anything here for UT Dallas, we need to be looking at kickoffs. I wasn't exactly counting the kickoff goals, but I think if we were to count the total time between kickoff and then each of Oregon's goals, it would be less than 60 seconds for all 4 of them. You know, it was really... rapid goals, you know, just kickoff, shot, score for Oregon 4 times in a row, I think. And that was really UT Dallas's downfall here, because their own offense looks strong. They have 3 goals to show for it. It's just their defense that was kind of falling apart there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, looking at their defense, that just caused a lot of panicking and panicky moments where they couldn't even get as many shot opportunities as before. I mean, you saw they had... I believe it was 13 shots, and now they're only having like 7 shots. So it's a totally different kind of view for UTD now, trying to be a lot more defensive. But at the same time, if they're trying to be defensive, they're being a lot more vulnerable for OSU to just get back and shoot at them.
Yeah, so we'll see what UT Dallas takes away here going into Game 3. Obviously, Oregon also looking a lot stronger. They had some defensive errors there in Game 2, but still looking much more comfortable than they did in Game 1, and they were much more willing to challenge on offense and to go for shots and put the ball on target, and it really started to pay off for them there in the first half of Game 2. So we'll see if they're able to carry that momentum, maybe continue to build on what they had in Game 2 into a strong start here in Game 3.
And speaking of strong start in Game 3, Win's going to take it over Ayato in that nice play. Awais going for the nice shot, maybe gets a double, but can't read it off the wall. Win trying to help him out here, and he gets the nice shot onto the top left corner. Great plays from UTD here. Awais getting that pass towards Wind getting it to that top left corner. Already a great start in these first few seconds for UTD.
I know Weiss is going to be kicking himself for missing that one, but still Wind able to follow up. And that's great placement from them regardless, because Oregon maybe not necessarily expecting the double touch off the backboard there, and it allows Wind to still get a nicely placed shot. It means that they're still on target, and it's still confusing to the defense regardless. So UT Dallas really benefiting there.
I mean, we're going for the shot, but it's way too high. Double commit from Pat and Wind, and I've seen that a lot by UTD. A lot of double commits here. Lich trying to go for the pass mid. Ayato is not ready for it. Awais can't get it past Ayato. Wind's going to meet it on the corner, and Lich is going to have a free shot, but cannot hit the ball in that moment. Wind's going to try to center it, but Ayato is there to meet him. Wind trying to go for another play. Pat trying to get past, gets a nice 50-50. But not enough power to get to the net.
UT Dallas really looking for those corner boosts on the blue half, and they claimed 1 or 2 of them. So Oregon definitely struggling for boost a little bit. It looks like Amoeba's going to grab some here and be able to clear the ball downfield. But that's something that UT Dallas is looking pretty strong with, is kind of controlling the boost when they're on offense. It's just that they need to continue to capitalize, maybe get a demo or two, move the ball around, something to abuse, you know, the power that they have once they steal the boost off the blue half.
And speaking of stealing the boost and just powering over them, dang, I mean, great 50-50 from Wind here to knock out the third defender, and Owace just getting the goal. I mean, that's just beautiful, beautiful from UTD.
Yep, so they win a couple of 50s. The third man on Oregon pushes forward a little far, and they're able to capitalize here. We'll see if they're able to continue to play here as we get another kickoff that goes pretty neutral here.
Wind's going to take it to the corner. Patback blocks the shot from Lich. Awace going to try to get for a center for a pass, but gets hit with a 50 by Amoeba and leads to a goal for OSU.
Yeah, and Amoeba just winning out on the 50 here. Pat not quite ready for it. Kind of playing for, you know, where the ball would spill out after the 50. And just unfortunate kind of placement there for the players on UT Dallas, but still a 1-goal lead for them. 2.5 minutes left here in game 3, so we'll see how they recover after that play.
A close dunk from Wind there, but cannot get it into the goal. Excuse me, my last comment wasn't a 50, but Amoeba was just a little bit faster than Owace there. Wind's going to try to get to the center, but Ayato is there to hit it to the wall. Patback going to try to go for a shot, but a little bit low and a little bit less of a shot. Oh, Waste going for the flip reset kind of move, but can get it onto the net. Ayato getting it over Patback just in the last second. I can definitely tell you Ayato's been the star player so far for OSU White, just getting those right touches and right hits. Definitely a fan favorite right now for OSU.
Absolutely, and you know, I think that Aya's obviously he's being given a lot of space right now. He's absolutely taking advantage of that. He's winning 50s here. He's taking shots on, and it's really up to UT Dallas here to really kind of limit that space that he has on offense. As we see Lich try to get a breakaway, is Wynn going to get there in time? He does, but that's something that UT Dallas needs to kind of work on, is to really kind of push up against Oregon's offense and really kind of limit their space, make sure that they're, you know, having to make 50s instead of just being allowed to take shots.
I agree. Amoeba trying to go for a nice pass towards the net, maybe even a shot here. Wind blocks it at the last second and gets it to the left corner. Wind Turbine's going to try to get a demo play maybe, but doesn't get it right. Always looking for a pass, whiffs it. Wind Turbine going for maybe another pass right here. Tries to go for 50, but does not get it towards Lich. Gets back to the center court, and I've seen that a lot of times where the ball just happens to just dawdle around the center field. And so, I mean, honestly, UT Dallas definitely needs to start being a lot more active in the game, a little bit more offensive, and just kind of trusting one another to get back and get some nice passing plays here. Awace gets a demo onto the last defender for OSU White, but Patback can't get the open net shot.
That was a tough one. Pat was diving in all the way from his own end. The rest of the team had kind of rotated out before Weiss got that demo, and so it was on them to really scramble back into the play, and Pat not quite able to get it on target here. But yeah, as you mentioned, it's something that UT Dallas needs to work on. They're kind of like letting the ball roll in midfield, and they're leaving a little bit earlier than they have to. I think that UT Dallas, they can be challenging a bit more in midfield, really trying to, you know, retain possession instead of just giving it up to Oregon once, you know, UT Dallas runs out of boost or something like that.
Right, and then all comes down to rotations here. Awace going for a pass, but like you said, a double commit here from Wind and Patback. So, I mean, honestly, it just comes down to rotations, getting that mid-touch. Amoeba going for the shot, but cannot get it on target. Patback break clear off to the other side of the field, but, you know, doesn't go in. Now it's going to be overtime in game number 3. Awace going to get a nice center field for the UTD teammates. Everyone is whiffing. Where's UTD here? And they couldn't get a shot on target. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, UTD not really expecting that ball to roll out quite the way it did, and nobody able there to capitalize on the ball rolling out in front. Unfortunately for them, as we see UT Dallas continue to retain offensive pressure even after that little mistake of a play there. So maybe they'll be able to redeem themselves here as we see demos coming out left and right. A much more aggressive play style here in this overtime.
Right. And honestly, I mean, UTD definitely needs to start taking control of this ball and make sure that, they're in control of the game. Because right now, all I'm seeing is they're throwing the ball away a lot. And so they definitely need to start making a lot more passing plays or start dribbling a lot more. That way they can get some plays going. As if they don't start doing that, it's just going to be boomer ball the entire game. And from what I've seen, Oregon State is going to be a little bit better in getting the shots on target.
Right. Pat back going up for an aerial here. He's able to get it off the backboard and looking for demos, but again, UT Dallas a bit too far pushed back as a Weiss. He looks like a solo man here, but Pat back waiting in midfield. It's going to be carried away by Aya. And, we kind of are just seeing these one-man plays coming out from UT Dallas. Maybe there's a second man in midfield, but it's not really looking for a pass. It's more of it is just kind of like hoping the ball rolls out in front of net. And that's not a super reliable way to score here. Even though, they're able to hold their own here in overtime, but they're not really able to close it out in a convincing fashion.
Mm-hmm. I have to get in the flip reset, but can't really get anything out of it. It looks like Oregon State is taking the UTD field the entire time. That ball has not gone to the other side in quite a while, and gets a 50. Oh, gets a 50 over our UTD team. It's an unfortunate 50 for Oasical there. Lich gets the goal, 3-2 for Oregon State University. And like how we said, it's all about the rotations and all like padding back for UTD. If they started padding back more instead of, grabbing pads a lot more instead of just rotating to full boosts, they could be a lot more aggressive and a lot more plays could happen. This UTD squad definitely needs to start also getting those shots on. I mean, we've seen in the entire game, Patback couldn't get that open net, and some of the aerials were kind of just throwing the ball instead of going for actual shot opportunities. So UTD definitely needs to start picking it up a little more, talking with one another, communicating about rotations, and seeing what they can do as a team. As it's 2-1 for Oregon State University.
Right, so Oregon here on match point, of course. UT Dallas here with 14 shots in this game, in the same sort of form as they had in game one. But obviously, Oregon with 6 saves, so we have 8, effective shots and then 2 goals. So there's still 6 shots that UT Dallas had that were just off the post or off the crossbar or somewhere, registered as a shot, not on target. And that's something that they kind of need to rectify here. They need to be a bit more direct with their plays. They need to be, passing to each other and trying to take a shot on net. They need to be, taking demos like that one and rotating in midfield to capitalize, something that will, result in more offensive pressure, result in an actual, like strong offensive play rather than one person going up, throwing the ball on net at 2 defenders, and then on repeat here as we see Weiss doing the same thing. UT Dallas really needs to start looking for a stronger, a bit more complicated, but ultimately more beneficial plays.
I agree. I mean, looking at that just now, I mean, Weiss trying to go for the solo play, and we'll talk about that more momentarily, but let's take a Wind almost getting the shot over Ayato, getting a demo on the third man. Maybe Patback can get a shot, but misses it. Really close to getting a shot right there. Wind Turbine going to take it to the corner, and Lich is going to try to center for this teammate. Weiss going for a block, gets a very unfortunate hit off the back wall, but is met by Patback luckily, and gets saved. The touches from Utah, I feel like the entire team chemistry isn't really working out right now for UTD today. I mean, look at that Wind Turbine getting the great bump, and Pat getting a great pass, but the third man isn't there. So You know, it's very interesting their play style. I mean, I'm not really understanding if it's going to be offensive or defensive. I think all three of them are playing at different play styles right now.
Well, I think that was, it would have been a bit risky for the third man to commit on that play because obviously, Oregon with some strong clears in this or with some strong 50-50s in this series, as we see Wind Turbine able to get a ball into the net. UT Dallas up 1-0 here as we watch the replay here. A bit of a struggle there on Oregon's backboard, but UT Dallas, they're able to get, shots on target. They're able to get, they're able to get offensive control. It's just a matter of being willing to trust each other a bit more, being willing to trust that somebody's going to be in midfield, or that the third man is going to be rotating out, and it's going to, that's going to happen in time. Because right now it's almost like they don't have faith that, their play style is actually going to perform in the way that it should.
But, however, so far, solid start for UTD. They've kept the ball on to the Oregon side for the majority of the match here. Lich trying to go for an aerial, maybe going for a pinch now, but Waste meets him and gets it to the wall. Trying to go for a center pass towards Ayato, and when it gets a nice hit over him, Amoeba is the last man back and gets a nice save. Going towards Wind here. Wind going for a center play. No one is there to meet it. Waste going for a great pass towards the left, but again, just too fast, and Amoeba is there to block him. Let's try and go for a bump. Got a bump on Pixar, but Ayato couldn't get the shot on. And honestly, I feel like the UTD squad, if they... oh, and Pap actually going for a great flick, but Wind can't get it on net.
That's a good idea, though, at least getting the pass off. It was a bit difficult for Wind to finish there, but, that's still the right idea for UT Dallas. I've been watching Oregon a bit here, and it's pretty interesting to watch them rotate in midfield where they have, their first man pushes up with the ball in the orange half. They take a 50, pretty much, and, if in the case that they lose it, it's going to go over their second man, but their third man is usually far enough back to clean it up without being so far back that they're out of the play. That's something that Oregon is doing really well, is being able to kind of like, return a play. Is like when UT Dallas clears it, they're able to regroup and start pushing back downfield again. And so it gives them a lot of midfield pressure if they're able to establish it.
Oh, and a great save from Ayato there. A little bit of miscommunication there from the Oregon State University side, and looks like Ayato did get the save, and Wade's still gonna go around the goal. Maybe going for a pass towards Patback. Patback getting it to the Oregon side. Gets beat by Lich. Lich is not gonna be able to block him. Wade's going for a pass towards center, and Win is left alone in the back goal, and gets a nice block actually. When trying to get something going here for UCD, Waste trying to get past to Wind. Wind missing the pass, and honestly, this is good from UCD though, as they're trying to pass a lot more. There's a lot more offensive pressure, and yeah, honestly, yeah.
We have seen a couple of passes come out as UTD is transitioning downfield, and that will result in a much stronger offense for them. It's just, they need to work on closing there. They need to work on getting that pass in the right place so that they can get a shot on target. But either way, beneficial for them as we enter the final 10 seconds. UT Dallas able to get a big clear here. Aya trying to set up his own team, but Weiss is going to be able to steal it away here. And as the clock hits 0, ball's going to hit the ground. We are going to Game 5. We're all tied up here in the series.
You know what I noticed, Skylar, that last match?
What did you notice?
I noticed that UTD did not double commit as much as they were before. This match was a lot more, not solo play, but they wanted to do passing, they wanted to communicate a lot more, and that was really good from the UTD side, where the double commits weren't as apparent, and that way they controlled the ball a lot more, so that they were a lot more strong defensively. So I was really happy to see that from the UTD side this match.
Absolutely. And again, UT Dallas coming out with the shot advantage, 12 shots to 5, and forcing Oregon to make a lot more saves here, as we see 9 saves up for Oregon, which means that there's only one shot that was neither, a goal nor saved there. So that is much better statistics for UT Dallas in that game. We'll see if they can continue that momentum here in Game 5. Obviously, they seem to be finding their stride on offense. It's just a matter, are they going to be able to close these passing plays? You know, are bumps going to become a bigger factor in their gameplay? Or is Oregon going to be able to kind of as they score quickly here, another kickoff goal. We saw this a lot in Game 2. Or are they going to, is UT Dallas going to regress to maybe how they were previously in the series? That's a question we'll have to answer throughout Game 5.
No, and great 50 there from Lich. Gets the winning on the kickoff and then just destroys a waste there on the kickoff, unfortunately. It looks like UTD has got their momentum back. And as you were mentioning the bumps there, UT Dallas should definitely implement a lot more demos in their game. And a Wind gets a crazy redirect over Oasis' pass. Let's watch that again. Oh my. Oasis going for a nice clean touch, and Wind just getting it on the tip of his car and gets it to the right. Beautiful, beautiful passing play there from both of them.
It's so spicy. I don't know what to do with myself. UT Dallas, sometimes they confuse me on offense, and sometimes it's a masterpiece, a work of art. And that was one of those times there for UT Dallas. Not only a beautiful shot, but even one that was confusing to the Oregon defense. It wasn't just like there was one man in net. You know, there was two Oregon players waiting back. Neither of them able to get there. It was beautiful. And UT Dallas coming out here again. Pat almost getting the ball in the net, and they're coming out here and continuing their offensive pressure that they had towards the end of Game 4.
I love what I'm seeing right here. We're looking at wind turbines going up. Then Patback's probably going to circle around right here and play the second man. There's always a middle man in this game right here, which is very good for UTD. As they changed it from just having a one person go solo. Now they're having passing plays and getting someone in the midfield to start getting some more offensive pressure. As Wind takes it to the corner, Ayato is going to try to dribble it over Patback. Gets a nice air dribble, but gets blocked by Oasis. Great defensive play right there. Let's try to get a sender, but Oasis blocks it and gets it to Patback, but can't finish that play.
There was like a 1-2-1-2 down on the transition there, where Wind was able to get the save away from the net. It went straight over to one of his teammates, came back to him, and then he tried to pass it back for the shot. And, that's something that UT Dallas, they were able to start passing a little bit to get some clears, but to be able to, pass the ball again to look for a shot, that's a bit of an evolution of their gameplay and of their style here that they might need here if they want to score any more goals here in Game 5.
A very interesting pass from Oasis, almost getting a shot, but Lich cannot get it on as Patback blocks him. Amoeba trying to go for a pass. Amoeba going for another pass towards center, but no one's there from OSU. It's kind of like we flipped the script here, where OSU is the one actually kind of playing a lot more defensively, as only one player is kind of just shooting, and it just works out in the end. Ayato getting it over Patback, trying to go for the boost there. Unfortunate for UT Dallas just right there.
This is something that I wanted to discuss earlier. I had been talking about Oregon, how they have, their third man is far enough back that they can catch any big clears that UT Dallas has. UT Dallas is having a bit of difficulty with something like that because their third man is pushed a lot closer towards the offensive end, which means that any clears that go over their head, they have to turn around and they're going to be backwards trying to save the ball. And so I think it was Pat back on that last play. He's backwards and he tries to turn to the side to save the ball, and it just doesn't work out for him, and it gets cleared over his head into the net. And so, UT Dallas definitely having to struggle with that a little bit since they play so far forward.
Yeah, definitely. UT Dallas just need to get that momentum back here as they're getting pressured a lot in their left corner. Patback going for the shot, but can't get it on target. Ayato taking it to the right wall. Ayato going for maybe a shot on net here, but gets met by Wind. Great redirect by Oasis there. And Patback going to take it, but he gets the whiff. Oasis going to take it off the wall. It's going to be 2-1 still up for OSU. And I got to say, a great boomer, actually. A great boomer from Patback. Maybe he can connect with the shot, but gets a miss. Oasis getting it on the backboard. It's a very interesting play set right here for UT Dallas.
UT Dallas, they're hurting me just a little bit. They had the whiff on defense and then the miss in the box for the shot.
And a triple commit.
A triple commit there. But UT Dallas just not quite as consistent as maybe they'd like to be. They're missing some crucial touches here to really, drive the nail into OSU's proverbial coffin. And I think that that's really kind of what's costing them here. Down one goal with less than a minute on the clock. They're really going to have to start going for it if they want to find themselves in overtime here.
By getting it over one, trying to go for the demo on Amoeba. Winter was going to take Amoeba's boost, going for a pass to Lich. Lich can't connect on the pass. Wind's going to take it. It's going to one-on-one right here. But Ayato getting a block over Pixar. Sorry, Wind here. A backboard pass. Patback is the last one to be back. Patback trying to get over one. Going for a shot and a waste. Reads Lich the correct way right there and gets a beautiful shot. I'm not sorry, Lich. Ayato gets a great over Ayato and gets a nice shot, making the score 2-2. UTD is back in business.
The difficulty that Oregon has with keeping, two players in net at all times is that they kind of give up a lot of space on offense. So when I think it was Pat, and Wind, oh my word, how this game has swung around in the span of like 20 seconds. But Oregon, they keep their defenders close in net, which gives UT Dallas a lot of space to move the ball around in midfield. So when they're able to, get in a 2v1 situation, or they're able to get those open shots, they're really afforded a lot of space to, build a play and to confuse the defense and take advantage. And they've got 2 goals here. They're up 1, 9 seconds left on the clock. What a turnaround here.
Ayato gonna pass to Lich. Lich only for the last shot for Oregon State, but can't get anything. Ayato trying to center for his teammates. Amoeba going for the center. Ayato for the shot, but he can't get anything. Lich is the last form of defense here. Amoeba keeps it up. Oh, this ball is still up here. Oh, and Amoeba just drops it in the last second.
Oh my god.
And UT Dallas comes back. What a play in the last few minutes there from the entire JV team for UT Dallas. They did a great job in securing those kickoffs. I saw